Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Crosswrap webinar number 8. My name is Heikki Jyrkinen, and I'm head of our sales team, and I will be your host for this webinar. And today I'm here with our sales managers, two of our sales managers, Mr. Ville-Pekka Parkkinen and Mr. Eetu Laatikainen.
Good afternoon also from my side.
So those guys will be presenting two of the customer cases to you, and one important person who is also online is our sales support, Mr. Jussi-Pekka Räsänen, who is actually controlling the systems. He's starting the videos, changing the slides. So if there is any confusions, Jussi-Pekka is the one to blame.
Hello, everyone.
All right. So the topic today is to introduce you three customer cases and give you ideas and examples how Crosswrap wrappers and Crosswrap Bale openers can be utilized for efficient material handling. And on next screen we can see the agenda. So I will first have a couple of minutes to make a brief introduction of the company, and then we will take a look at the three customer cases, and at the end we will give answers to some of the or the questions that people sent beforehand. And I want to remind you that you are also welcome to make questions during the presentations. Everyone should have a questions tab, and we will go through those questions at the end of the presentation, as much as we have time. So Crosswrap briefly, the company is 20 years old, located in central part of Finland in a city called Siilinjärvi. That's a very easy Finnish name. The company was based on or is based on innovations from Mr. Kivelä, which started on the wrapping machines and then have evolved to bale openers, dewiring, cutting machines, and board packaging machines. And today we are clearly the world market leader on waste bale wrappers. We have over 500 deliveries in 50 countries all over the world. And we concentrate on machines that are safe, which are automatic, and which provide production efficiency. So that's our goals, and as you can see, we have machines delivered from south to north, from South Africa, Tasmania, up to Svalbard in the north, and from the east, Asia, New Zealand, to US and Hawaii. So we are present all over the world. Before we go to the customer cases or the case studies, I tell you briefly what we do, and we produce wrapping machines for waste bales. We have two types of wrappers, CW2200 and CW Direct. Then of course, because making wrapping machines for bales, it was quite natural that we also started to make bale openers, which are used by waste to energy plants and cement kilns to open the bales that they receive. A spin-off from the bale opener was a dewiring machine, which is targeted to pulp and paper and plastic recycling, to remove the metal wires from bales that they receive. And for pulp and paper sector also we have bale wire cutters, different systems for the cutters. And last presented here but not least, we also produce board packaging machines. They are packaging machines for MDF, plywood, veneer, OSB, particle board, so any board type products. But our sales managers, we are happy to tell you more on these machines, whatever the need is. But let's concentrate now on the cases. And I will tell you first case, which is quite interesting. It's Huaxin, China. We have a lot of deliveries for cement sector or RDF, SRF productions in other parts of the world, but this was the first in China. And to give you some idea of the Huaxin Cement, it's one of the top 5 cement companies in China. They are also ranked in the top 500 most valuable companies in China, and I think this production capacity of 1 million tons per year gives some of the listeners the idea of the size of the company. They have tens of sites, tens of kilns, if not hundreds, mainly in China, but also a little bit outside China. And the case was simply so that there was a clear need. They prepare RDF from municipal waste in one site, and there is about 200 kilometers distance to this cement kiln, which takes some of the RDF from this preparation site. And the goal was to decrease the transport cost. And actually, the way they transport now, instead of walking floors, the transport cost itself dropped to less than half, and that saving allowed them to do the baling and wrapping. And of course, they also get other benefits like simplicity or possibility for the storage and minimizing the littering. So the solution was baling and wrapping at preparation site, then transport the cross-wrap bales and have the cross-wrap direct wrapper with net wrapping option, plus, which was not written here, but they also have the bale opener at the kiln to open the bales. And to me, one of the most positive things in this project was that from the initial meeting and listening the customer's need, it was only about 2 months from the initial meeting to ordering the machines. And that was because there was a clear need, and we fulfilled the need, or so had the solution. And that was one. The second thing was that the machines were delivered in time, but unfortunately this pandemic started when the machines arrived. So there was some delay in transportation, and also delays in starting the installations. However, what is remarkable that our way of working by testing all the equipment before disassembling them to few pieces for transport, and by our standard remote connection to the control system, we were able to do the startups as remote support, meaning that there were eyes and ears and hands locally at site. But we gave detailed instructions for the installations. We had the remote connection to adjust the machines as needed or make modifications. There were skilled and professional people at the customer site, of course, also on our side. And for eyes, we used the photos, videos, conference calls, video calls, WhatsApp messages, WeChat messages. So everything worked quite well in that sense. And if we take a look at the baling and wrapping part, here's the basic layout of the system. So there is a Chinese 2-ram baler by Joule. It was bought directly by Huaxin, and we worked together, 3 parties, to make sure that the connections to the wrapper work well. So there is a cross wrap direct wrapper with a net wrapping option. There is a photo later on in the presentation about that. Bale size is about 1.1, 1.5 meters. And regarding the material, the humidity or the wetness varies a little bit because it's MSW based. So the bales are well over ton. And the tonnage that they run through might vary a little bit, but we can reach 30 to 40 tons per hour. And next screen, please, Jipe. So here you see result. On the left-hand side, you see the loose material. Looks very much like SRF. It's 30 to 80 millimeter fraction size. That is baled and wrapped, and on the right side you see some of the bales made during the test runs. And the result is that the transport cost was decreased significantly. Then here are a couple of photos from the installation. I think there is also a short video available here from the startup. Let's go to the next screen. Yeah, here I mentioned you about the net wrapping option, and that means that the direct wrapper has as standard 3 film rows in order to enable the speed of the machine. With the net wrapping option, there is also a cutting unit and possibility to use plastic net in one of the film holders, and that gives more stability, strength to the bale, and also savings on the film consumption. So that was a nice option for that. Now we have the video. If you put it on, Jipe, I'll try to explain a little bit what's happening. Very good. So this is one clip from the startup. So now the 2-ram baler is ejecting the bale, and that's when we do the vertical wrapping, and one of the film holders have the net. When the vertical wrapping is ready, the film holders are stopped so that the net is on the top, and we turn the film holders and start doing the horizontal wrapping. And of course, these film amounts are adjustable. Number of rotations we do are adjustable. So this is at one stage at the startup when this clip was made. And now horizontal wrapping is ready. Film holders turned again, and the net is cut. As you see, there is a cutting unit coming and cutting the net. The wrapping film itself is cut when the bale moves on. The film is teared off. But as you can see, now we still attach the film to the chamber and that's then ready for the next bale to come. Like that. And as you can see now, when the film or the bale moves forward, the bale shape is quite good. It's rectangular, sharp corners, and yeah, it is ready for transport. Thank you, Jussi. And on the following slides, there are some basics on the bale opener. It's our BO 3600, which means that it has the capability to remove the wrapping film and the net to the side. It was located so that it's in front of the conveyor system that takes the material to the burning. And on next screen, there was one point I wanted to pick out from this project, is that there were some changes for the layout after the project start. Of course, that's not something that we expect or nobody wishes, but it was quite flexibly solved by good cooperation with the customer and us. On the lower side, you see that the hydraulic unit was changed. On the other side, the bale opener was raised a little bit, but all these things were handled after the shipping of the machines. But again, I have to thank Huaxin that they had very professional people that could solve the things and make the modifications. And on the next screen, you see some photos from the installation. There is a first part of the conveyor system after the bale opener, which takes the material forward. On the next screen, you see just photos. That's from the front side, from the front cutter, and on the right side, one bale going to the machine. On the bale opener, we don't have, or I don't want to show the video because there's a bale opener video shown on Eetu's presentation. And that's what I have to tell about the Huaxin case. And now please give warm welcome to next presentation, and big hands to Ville-Pekka. You are welcome.
Thank you, Heikki. So I'm Ville-Pekka Parkkinen, sales manager here at Crosswrap in Europe for countries like Spain, France, Benelux countries, Denmark, Norway, and Iceland. And like Heikki briefly mentioned, Crosswrap wrappers, they can be used to wrap bales of basically any materials, although the most common application is to wrap different waste material bales for different storage and different transport purposes. And my case story today is from Spain, where our customer uses wrapped waste material bales for dry landfilling. So the customer here is Planta de Algimia that uses our bale wrapper for dry landfilling. And first, a couple of basic things about the plant itself. So Planta de Algimia is located in the province of Valencia, and it is among the most advanced plants in the Valencian community. And the plant treats around 120,000 tons of MSW annually and currently recovers over 70% of the materials. And this recovery rate is increasing year by year. And about the non-recoverable waste from their plant that is deposited in the controlled landfill close to the plant, and that's where we step in with our bale wrapping solutions. So the plant at Algimia, they have had a Crosswrap CW2200 bale wrapper since late 2015, and since then they have been wrapping these non-recoverable waste bales to be transferred to the controlled landfill. And a good thing about the CW2200 bale wrapper is that it works with all horizontal balers in the market, meaning that also in this project, the customer chose the baler they preferred, and then we tailored the wrapping line as per the bale size, layout needs, and all the project needs in general. And with this baler and wrapper combination, the customer wraps more than 10,000 bales every year in their operations. And like I said, all the bales go to the landfill next to the plant. And interestingly, there's a new regulation coming to Valencian community where the non-recoverable bales going to landfill, they need to be wrapped starting from next year. So next year, plants in the Valencian community, they need to do what Planta de Algimia is doing right now. So of course, this has meant a lot of discussions between us and our other customers in the area also, and also there will be and there have been deliveries this year for similar type of projects with other plants too. And now you see a couple of photos what happens after the bale wrapping process at Algimia. So from the bale wrapper, the bales are taken directly to the truck that takes the bales to the controlled landfill. That's actually only a couple of 100 meters from the plant itself. And like you can see, in the controlled landfill, in the dry landfill with wrap bales, it looks very nice, very tidy, and the whole process, starting from baling and wrapping to transport and then to the end destination of bales, it's clean, it's controlled, and it's good to start work with covering and other landfilling activities after that. Then a few words about the dry landfilling in general. So we at Crosswrap, we have experience working also with other landfill projects, for example, elsewhere in Spain, in France, and in Middle East. And the benefits of wrap bales in landfilling, they come from many different things. So first of all, with already compacted, already wrapped bales, the handling of the landfill material, it's easy, and it's very convenient to transfer the materials to the landfill. And bales can be temporarily stored even before the landfilling process, inside or outside, without littering, without material loss, without any odors, like you can see from the smaller photo. Then moving on, easy handling of material, it also means that when a truck comes to a landfill, bales can be unloaded easily and just placed in the landfill, and then the next steps in the landfill process can be made very easily. And with wrap bales, of course, they are naturally already compacted. So there's no need to have landfill compactors that are used in traditional landfills. And with the use of wrap bales and with the controlled process, the landfill material is protected and there is no excessive littering like in traditional landfills, which also often means or in this case, it means that the landfill is not attractive to birds or any other animals which can be often seen in landfills. And then after the wrap bales are already there is also less covering need for the landfill in general, and also the leakage water processing is lighter in comparison to traditional landfill techniques. And in the next slide, there's another great example of the benefits of dry landfilling in the same way than in Algimia. And this landfill is in France, where industrial waste is landfilled in wrap bales. And here the key is the location of the landfill. It's very windy, which means that with traditional landfilling, it would be very, very likely that wind would be flying loose material around. And at least to my understanding, dry landfilling was here the only option because of the conditions in the area. And here in this case, the customer started their process with one wrapper, and nowadays they are using 2 units in operation for dry landfilling purposes. And like you can see from the photos, it's a very nice and tidy and clean landfill. That was all for my case story, and now Eetu will continue with the story from the world of alternative fuels and bale opener in the cement industry. Please, Eetu.
All right. Thank you, Ville-Pekka. Thank you, Heikki. Okay. So now the bales are wrapped, but how can they be opened? You saw already quickly in Heikki's Huaxin, China case example the bale opener. So yeah, the cross-wrap bale openers, they are used in waste to energy plants and also in cement industry, as cement industry is really energy intensive production. So first we will go through in my presentation basics how the bale opener works, then the case example of the Titan cement grease, and finally we will watch the video of the installation and show how the bale opener works. Okay, so there you saw the photo of the bale opener itself. Please, JP, can you go back one slide? So here is the bale opener by cross-wrap, and our deliveries they vary in the way that the bale opener machine you can see in the photo is always our main product, but according to the project needs, we also supply front conveyors and discharge conveyors after or before the bale opener itself. Okay, now let's go to the 4 steps I explain how the bale opener works. So here you can see a 3D photo of the bale opener from the front. So first step is that the film is cut from the top and from the bottom. You can see on the red the blade cutters that cut the film of the bale from the top and from the bottom. Then the second step yes, so here is the second step. You can see in the photo front of the bale opener. The bale moves on the belt conveyor all the way to the front of the belt, and then it's gripped from both sides with the grippers. So the film layers and wires that might be under the film are gripped. Then the third step, the bale film and the wires, they are cut by the front cutter. You can see there from the front, and that brings us to the last step 4. So the film and wires, they are cut and they are gripped, and then they are pulled to the side, and there's a coiling unit that coils the film and the wires, and the material inside the bale goes forward to the process. Don't worry if you didn't understand all the steps. We'll show the video in the end. You will understand it. But now to the case study, Titan Cement Group. Here just a small introduction of Titan Cement Group. They have production in 10 countries. They have 54,000 employees in total, and revenue last year in the group 1.6 billion. And the Kamari plant near Athens produces 2.6 million tons cement yearly. and the plant uses alternative fuel SRF in their energy production. Yeah, and this is actually a very new installation we did in beginning of September last month together with S.A.Greece. And the project itself, it started beginning of this year. All right, to the starting point of this project and the situation Titan had in the beginning. So their bale opener need, it was tied at Kamari plant their will to increase their use of alternative fuels. They wanted to double their alternative fuels use. And the bottleneck they had in their feeding process was the drum bale shredder that they have, and it was the capacity was too low for their needs. There on the photo you can see the hall where the bale opener was installed, and it was really a tight installation, and our engineering made a lot of design work to fit the bale opener in the area. All right, then to the results of this project. So yeah, Titan got now a stable flow, material flow with no blocks and stoppages in the drum, and they managed to more than double the use of their alternative fuels. And earlier they had in feed of approximately 10 bales per hour, approximately one ton bale size, and now they are feeding 24 bales per hour, and actually they have in reserve with the cross-wrap bale opener, we can open even up to 60 bales per hour in the future when needed. And next phase is in this project that we have started to work with another possible bale opener installation with the Titan group. And Titan is also optimizing their fuel in feed for future development in the Kamari plant. So that was the case, and actually a couple of more photos of the installation. So here you can see a 3D photo of the installation. Blue is the whole area, and on the yellow you can see the drum they had, and they have already. They still have. So we do the bale opening in front of the drum, and so they can get to the capacity they are having. And one more photo is the actual. In the next slide, you can see the live photo of the installation. There on the bottom is the bin where the wires and film drop, and then they are ready to be recycled. We may watch the video of this installation, and you can see how the bale opener functions. All right, so here the bales are feeded. The installation is actually quite high. It's approximately 4 meters high due to the drum the customer had there. So we made the bale opener in 4 meters there. And actually we didn't deliver the conveyor, the front conveyor where the bales are fed. Now, as you can see, that the customer had there already, but then we delivered the conveyor that is between the bale opener and the drum. So the film and wires are now gripped by the grippers. They are cut from the bottom and top, and now you can see the SRF is going forward to the process, and film and wires we pull to the side and coil them like this. And the cutter turning, what we have the three blade cutters, they are turning 60 RPM, so 1 run per second, and that is a good slow enough speed, so there is no risk of sparks or fire in the process. Here you can see the discharge conveyor that we supplied also in this project, where the loose material is dropping. So yeah, there was the video. Now, actually, Heikki and Ville-Pekka, we can go to the questions and answers.
Yeah, thank you, Eetu. It was a very nice presentation, and I'm happy to see the bale opener in action in Titan. So these are the pre-questions, and VP, do you want to take the first one?
Yeah, so this is a question we face very often. So the question was, how far do you optimize the wrapping film quantity? So like I said, this is a question we meet very often, and the simple answer is that the use of film of our wrappers is fully optimizable. So for example, with the CW2200 wrapper, there are 4 standard programs available, all the way from the so-called long program, meaning vertical, horizontal, and vertical again wrapping, all the way to the bypass program, where the bales just go through the wrapper without any wrapping, which can be used, for example, if non-wrapped materials like cardboard is baled with the same baler. But in simple terms, the use of film is fully optimizable also in a way that we can always make customer-specific parameters for our wrappers as per different needs for storage and transportations that our customers may have. So of course, nobody wants to use too much film, but that's always optimized case by case together with our customers.
Very good, very good. And what was the next question, J.P., if you put the next one on? I will take this. So someone was asking that what bale stacking and handling protocols do you recommend? Well, if the meaning was to ask about how to handle the bales, here on the photos you can see different handlers, clamps on the forklift truck, front loader. So that's about the handling. And sometimes we are asked that how many layers can you store? And what I have understood that the first limit is the permit, how many layers the license of the site allows to store. The second is the handling equipment height, like you see on the top right screen, top right photo. There is a handling equipment that can reach 10 meters high. So those are usually the limits. If this answer was not enough, do not hesitate to contact us. Do not hesitate to contact us, and you can if you don't remember your own sales manager already, you just let us know, and we'll give you the further answers. And what was the next? What are the average cost on price per ton basis? Okay, I will also take this. First of all, the film consumption depends on the material to be baled and wrapped, the bale quality, film quality, and the protection level needed. So there is not just one number. Here you see some typical numbers. Film consumption per bale, typically from 0.5 to 1.3 kilograms per cubic meter. So it depends also on the bale size. Film cost varies from geographical areas and what kind of terms and contracts the end customer have, but we talk about 1.5 to 2 euros per kilogram. So as an example, with those figures, with 1 cubic meter bale weighing 1 ton, the film cost would be 1.5 euros per ton. But as said, it depends on many factors. For the operational costs, the electrical consumption for the standard CW 2200 wrapping line or the direct is about 12 kilowatt hours. You don't need 1 person to operate the line. We wrote here 0.2 persons, so just a part of a person. But that means that the person usually unloading the wrapped bales, he can also watch the baler and wrapper function and change the film rolls, change the wires on the baler and so forth. So operator cost is very minor. For the service and maintenance, typical value would be 0.05 euros per ton, and that we can calculate from the recommended wear parts per 2,000 hours, and then divide by hour, and then use the tons per hour value. But here again, I recommend that when you need more information, don't hesitate to contact us, and our sales managers and myself are very happy to tell you more. This one, well, Eetu, can you take please this one?
Yes, thank you. So the question was, what make square bales more attractive versus round bales in the view of baling cost, transportation? Well, it's quite many of these things are quite obvious. Square bale is easier to handle than a round bale, and as it's easier to handle and stack and pile and transport, the loading of the bales is also much faster. And yeah, on average, the square bales they are approximately 20 to 30% more dense than the round bales, and this has to do with the different kind of balers that make round bales and that make square bales. And the square bales production, the manufacturers of balers that make horizontal round square bales, there is many manufacturers available, well established manufacturers. So that's about the difference of round and square bales.
Okay, and I want to add here also, in addition to my answer on the film consumption, that cross-wrapped bales are clearly the lowest or the most economical bale in the market when you compare same material, same protection level, and same tonnage.
That's right.
Yeah, and my thing to add is that shortly, if you want to maximize kilograms per cubic meter, choose a square bale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically more tons per truck.
Yeah. All right, and let's take the next question.
I can take this one.
Okay, very good. Very good.
Yeah, again something we hear quite often. So when it's possible and when not, the direct wrapping, is it possible with all baler brands? So in short, the traditional CW 2200 wrapper, it works with all horizontal balers in the market, so it can be used with both channel balers and with 2-ram balers. And in turn, the direct wrapper works with 2-ram balers only. And the key thing here is that with the 2-ram baler and a direct wrapper combination, the bale does not need to have bale wires or ties at all. And like you saw in the movie that Heikki showed you, the wrapping process starts immediately after the bale comes out from the bale chamber, and the bale has only wrapping film, or like in Heikki's case, wrapping film and net around it. And if you think about different materials, we have installations with the direct wrapper with many different materials, ranging from traditional MSW, RDF, and SRF, all the way to small fracture or very small fracture and stranger materials like horse manure and pulp.
Yeah, very good, very good. And was there any more, Jippe? If you take the next question, is it possible to have mobile wrapper? Well, yes, it can. And Eetu, you can open up this a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, there you can see some of our installations we have made and delivered around the world, mobile solutions. And actually, this year we have already delivered four mobile versions in the Central Europe. And the direct wrapper is possible to have as a mobile solution, and also possible to have the standard CV 2200 as a mobile solution. And in the left bottom corner, you can see actually a solution that is a so-called offline wrapper, and meaning that it's not attached to a baler. And in some situations, customers might want to have this kind of solution, especially if they don't need to wrap all the bales, meaning that only some material that is baled with the baler is wanted to be wrapped. So you can have an offline mobile solution if needed. And there you can see on the top left there's a normal channel baler and bale and a wrapper that is altogether a totally mobile solution on top of a truck trailer.
And I want to add that there are some questions about the mobile units. The answer is yes, that those are available, but things like how often you need to move it, what kind of mobility you need, those should be discussed so that we can recommend optimal solution for the mobile one.
Yeah, it depends on the need, how mobile solution is needed, and what is the optimal solution, and that comes within the project needs.
Yeah, very good. And was there? I think there was one more question. Delivery time when acquiring a machine. This was a very good question, and shortly the answer is that if someone wants to have a wrapping machine for this year or end of the year delivery, there are last production slots being sold, and they go in the order that we get the orders. So it's a typical thing that by the end of the year, everyone wants to have the machine by the end of the year. So if some of you are thinking about that, please proceed fast. Typically, the wrapper manufacturing time of the CW2200 varies from 8 to 10 weeks. Sometimes can be a little more, sometimes maybe a little less. Direct wrapper is a little bit longer, but so if you want to have a certain delivery time, please let us know your need, and then we'll try to find a solution to provide the machine as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I could add the delivery times, manufacturing times of the Bale openers. They are around 5 months.
Yeah. All right. I think we have some. Yeah, we have some time for the questions during the presentation. Sorry, I lost your voice.
Yeah, I think I think technology is failing again. So headphones off. Yeah, I have the questions open here. So a couple of questions are, will there be an access to the presentation? And the answer is that yes, you will receive a recording and the materials later on.
Very good. And were there?
And if I ask here, there was a couple of questions about the netting.
Mm-hmm.
So Heikki, you can answer because you had that in your case study. So it's not a simple question to of course to answer, but the question is, what is more economic, more plastic film or netting with film?
Depends, of course, on the need and the case. I suggest that you, whoever made the question, will talk with your sales manager or send me the question, and we will like to know a little bit of the project, what kind of bales, what is the real need, because we want to really understand what is needed.
Yeah, I can pick there one question. There was one for alternative fuels. What kind of weight can you get in wrapped bale? So basically, maximum bale weight can be even up to 2.5 tons if needed. Usually, balers don't make that bigger bales. So the biggest bales also we can wrap.
But basically in simple terms, the baler determines the weight. So we just do the wrapping afterwards. So it depends on the chosen baler, the weight.
Yeah, and the loose weight of the raw material and the type of material. So there are many factors. There are bales that are 500-600 kilograms, and there are bales which are more than 1 ton, 1.5 tons, or even more. So totally depends on these factors. But the wrapper is not the limit.
Indeed.
Yeah, here as a reminder, our sales contacts. Of course, you can contact any of us, but basically here you see a little bit of the geographical division between the sales managers, and you use the first name dot last name at crosswrap.com to reach us, and on our webpage you can also find the phone numbers. And I believe all of us are also in WhatsApp. Some of us are in WeChat, so you just let us know the best way you want to be reached.
Yes.
Yeah, LinkedIn contacting is also okay.
Sorry?
LinkedIn contacting is also okay.
Very good, very good. I think we are quite well on time. Anything else on your mind, Eetu or VP?
Yeah, I think we covered what we wanted today, and I hope and I look forward to continue some of the discussions with the audience later on.
Very
Yes.
good.
Thank you for participating, everybody, and thanks for your time this 1 hour. And let's keep in touch, and we will be in touch.
Yes, thank you very much, and stay safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.